With Forza Motorsport finally being available to everyone, the game has had a mostly negative reception. And to be completely honest, I don't fault anyone for thinking that way.
Bruh.
The game is filled with bugs and glitches, but I've been lucky enough to not run into anything crazy in my first few hours on the game. Despite all of this, I truly believe that this could be a top tier Forza game. To make it reach its full potential, there are three main things that need to be either completely reworked or refined. The main issue that I've been having with the game is the graphics and a lack of fluidity. This can be seen right at the start, during the second race's cutscene, where it was pretty choppy during the entire duration of it. As you can see right there. There once again. And one last time when entering the pits. Now, I do not have the craziest PC to ever exist, but for the game to be running at around 30 FPS is just unacceptable. This isn't only a PC issue, however. Many people on Xbox Series S and even Series X consoles have also been dealing with mediocre visuals, and it makes it incredibly frustrating to watch and play. I've even benchmarked the game twice, as you'll see, once with the basic settings and again with updated ones. With the default video settings, I was between 25 and 45 FPS, achieving an average of 35 FPS. As I switched over to better settings, it only improved slightly. In the end, as you'll see, I'm still capped at around 40 FPS or so. I decided to go back to Forza Motorsport 7, and as you can see, I was around 80 FPS with no issue. Even in the new Forza Vista, you can tell that the car looks unfinished and kinda blurry, and unfortunately this could be seen at pretty much every new angle. Comparing it once again to Forza Motorsport 7, it is clear that the new game wasn't properly optimized at launch. As you can tell, Forza Motorsport 7 looks crystal clear and much more realistic. However, with all that being said, there are many moments where their game looks stunning, like here for example with the new BRZ. Once you're in an actual race, it really does look great, but it can definitely still be improved upon. The next big issue that everyone has had is the car upgrade system, where you now have to level up your car to unlock parts. Not only that, but you now use car points instead of your credits to buy set upgrades. A lot of people are complaining that in order to max your car, you need to reach level 50. While that is true, the majority of the important parts are unlocked at level 35, with only engine and drivetrain swaps being unlocked at higher levels. With my BRZ, I've only done 5 races in the career mode, and I'm already at level 16. While the leveling up part is annoying, I believe that the use of car points instead of credits is the real problem. Despite all the criticism towards the new upgrade system, I do not believe that they will revert back to the traditional system. You will be missed. The last thing is the car and track list. There are currently 500 cars in total, with 98 of them being actual motorsport cars. Surprisingly enough, my issue is the non-motorsport cars, where there are so many missing cars. When you go to an enthusiast brand like Honda, just looking at the current pool of cars is laughable, with only 11 in total. For a manufacturer with many great cars, Forza Motorsport 4 did a great job of implementing a great variety of Hondas, such as the Fit, the EG, the Del Sol, the 8th Gen SI, and many more. Having only the highest trim Hondas and not even having the new FL5 Type R is crazy. Even going to a brand like Volkswagen, the fact that they don't have their stable car, the GTI, is absurd, with the MK5, MK6, MK7, and the new MK8 not being in the game. Overall, I'd say that the current car list isn't too bad, and I'm confident that they will add a lot of good cars into the game as time goes on. As for the track list, there are currently 20 in the game, with some fan favorites being in there. However, we are missing many iconic tracks that have been in Forza forever, like Monza, Sebring, Bathurst, Road Atlanta, and Hockenheimring, to name a few. Now, with all the negative or not so positive stuff out the way, the best thing about the new Motorsport game is without a doubt the multiplayer, where you have a nice variety of different races that you can partake in, and the addition of the driver safety and skill rating is a really nice thing. Another great addition is a practice and qualifying session, which not only make the game more fun, but also more competitive, giving you an incentive to try and qualify high. At the end of the qualifying session, you are brought to a nice cutscene and have a 1-minute intermission period, during which you can choose how much fuel you want in the car, as well as having the option to choose the tire compound that you prefer, which is another good addition, adding a little bit of strategy to the races. Another upgrade from the previous Motorsport is the physics. The new engine definitely nailed the handling, especially when you compare it to Forza Motorsport 7, and it almost feels like the perfect balance between sim and arcade. When comparing both games side by side, it might be a little hard to tell, but the handling and turning in Forza Motorsport feels a lot more realistic than Forza Motorsport 7, where the car would turn a lot more than it probably should. The car now feels much more planted compared to the prior game, as the car is somewhat wobbly in Forza Motorsport 7, and the braking has definitely been tweaked, as you don't lock up as much with ABS off as in Forza Motorsport 7. The curbs were definitely reworked, as they now have an actual effect on the car, as you can see when I purposefully go onto the curb to show how the car reacts, and in Forza Motorsport 7, it literally had no impact. As for the track limits, if we take Road America as an example, you can see that now you can use the entirety of the track like in real life, and the improvement of the track limits is really nice to see. Overall, the game has been really fun, and I've been lucky enough to not run into any crazy bugs or glitches so far. While the game is definitely lacking in certain areas and in desperate need of optimization, the potential of this game is extremely high. The multiplayer is undoubtedly the best that the franchise has seen, simply due to the addition of the skill rating as well as the strategy involved with choosing the correct tire compound and fuel amount. I truly believe that this can easily be the best Forza Motorsport since Forza Motorsport 4, and can even be the second best Forza overall after 4. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know whether you agree or disagree with my points. Till next time.